Hello everyone, it's been a while. I'm so sorry. I've been on holiday. What can I say? Been on holiday, so I haven't had the opportunity to do any videos. And to be fair, whilst I was on holiday, I had no internet and no access to the TV. So some would say that I was lucky because I missed the Leicester game and I missed the Milan game. So I'm not going to complain too much. But I did make it to the West Ham game at the weekend. I have shared a couple of videos of the celebrations afterwards, and I'll touch on that in a sec. But so I'm back to do a video for those of you that may want to hear my ramblings and my views on it. Overall, am I happy? I'm happy that we won the game. I'm happy that we won the game against a London rival. Lots of West Ham fans saying that Tottenham fans have gone over the top with their celebrations. And there's also been a lot of Tottenham fans talking about that as well, saying, why are we celebrating like we won the World Cup just by beating West Ham, a poor West Ham side in their opinion. And I just think if you can't enjoy a win, especially against someone who constantly gives you a lot of shit when you don't beat them, and celebrate it really well when they do beat you, then when are you going to celebrate? You know, when are you going to have a good time? It was good to see people actually laughing and enjoying themselves coming out of a Tottenham game. It's been so long and we are starved of success. So when you're starved of success like that, then a win against a rival is something to enjoy, surely. You know, some people are just a fun sponge and it takes all the joy out of it. Yeah, okay, it's only West Ham from that point of view. But listen, West Ham are a difficult team for us to beat. We don't always beat them. You know, we don't always beat them. And they do raise their game and they work hard to try to beat us. So to be able to beat them fairly comfortably when we are a poor side ourselves at the moment with lots and lots of injuries is something that you have to kind of take on board and go, you know, I'll take that. Because when we're sitting there at 0-0 or even at 1-0, I'm still thinking to myself, you know, this could go either way. But the reality of the game was West Ham turned up and they basically sat back. They didn't attack us at all. They didn't challenge. And because they didn't challenge and because they didn't really go for it, it made for a very tight first half. Atmosphere was fairly good at the start of the game. I felt there was a fair bit of singing and stuff like that. But obviously with the game being fairly poor in the first half, that's going to wane and fans are going to get a bit fed up with it, you know, and it's going to drop off. I have to say, I was really surprised at the lack of engagement from West Ham fans, who are normally really good at supporting their team. They had a couple of little songs to which we responded, "We forgot that you were here," which shows that basically they've been very quiet, like I say, which is unusual for West Ham fans because they are normally very good away support. It may have felt different at that end of the ground, maybe, and for those people that were next to them, but certainly from where I was in the south stand, I barely heard anything from them. Like I say, which surprised me. But obviously, we had a couple of opportunities in the first half, didn't really get anywhere. We had the penalty shout. And again, is it really a handball? Probably not in the normal way of looking at it, but actually, with some of the ones that we've seen given, you'd kind of think that he should have been given. You know, I mean, he definitely went down. He definitely lifted his hand out. It definitely stopped the ball going through. So for me, it was a handball. But listen, it's all, you know, par for the course now. It's gone. You can't change it. So we accept it, we move on. But I say another poor VAR decision, and VAR, not VAR itself, but those looking at VAR seem to be making an awful lot of difficult, incorrect decisions these days. It seems to be getting worse, not better, in my opinion. And I've never been a fan of VAR anyway. I much rather the referee on the day makes a decision, the linesman on the day makes a decision, and you can live with the fact that it was done in real time and people make mistakes. I get that. But when you've got multiple screens and multiple angles and lots of lines to draw and all the rest of it, and you still get the decision wrong, then to me that's just, you know, it's pointless. But yeah, so we come on to the second half. fantastic pass from Højbjerg through to Davis, who laid it on a plate for Royal. And I've got to be honest, as we were all sitting there, we're all going like this, what's he going to do with it? Is he going to spoon it? But no, the man did all right. He placed it, beat the keeper, great goal, great pass from Højbjerg, great pass from Davis, great finish from Royal. And there's three names that you wouldn't put together as the heroes of the match. So really great to see that. It was really good as well, the cheers that Royal got for that goal, and the elation from the fans to appreciate what he's done, given the difficult time he's had and being called out by fans. It's only right that the fans showed him some love, and I think they have showed him some love since then. I just hope that we don't just start persecuting the guy if he makes a mistake the next time, because he's a young guy, he's going to make mistakes. But it was good to see he was a little bit more forward running, he was a little bit more involved in the game, and it looks like his confidence is growing, and with his confidence growing, maybe that means he's gonna get better and better. Let's hope so. But it's 2 games, right? He's been man of the match for 2 games, so let's not get above ourselves, But let's give the guy love when he deserves it. And I think if you play for the shirt and you're wearing that white shirt and you've got that cockerel on your chest, then we should be supporting them. Great to see Richardson in the game. Okay, didn't score, but he made a real nuisance of himself. He got involved. He was physical and so on. And I think it's right that he gives Son a break, because I think he must be feeling that pressure as well of not performing to the level. He knows where he's at, but he's performed at such a high level that when he drops down, it's going to be noticeable. So I think he probably deserves and needs a bit of a break. He needs to sit back a little bit and maybe take a break and have a few substitute appearances. Coming off the bench, great link-up play again with Harry Kane. Smashes the ball into the back of the net, and it's all gravy. Everyone's happy, and again he got some love, and hopefully that gives him that little bit of a confidence and stuff. Don't think he should be chucked straight back in. I think Richardson did enough to stay in the starting 11 against Chelsea, and I'd like to see that. And I think Richardson kind of having that physicality at the beginning of the game to give fresh legs of Son coming on at the end of the game against tired legs. I think that kind of works, and I'd like to see that against Chelsea. So really happy. The performance, we are not playing the level of football that we know Tottenham can play. We're not playing the type of football that we as fans would really want. But a win's a win against West Ham. That's what we want. Great atmosphere after the game. The fans really did celebrate it. There was flares going off and all that sort of stuff. And maybe it is a little bit over the top. But as I said at the beginning, I think, if you can't celebrate against a rival who you don't always beat, who can you celebrate against? What's the point of it? What's the point of going to football if you can't enjoy the day? So for me, I thought it was right. I thought it was good. And let's be honest, had it been the other way round, West Ham fans would be lauding it. They'd be, giving us loads of stick on social media and so on. So I think, fair play. The fans have got to enjoy it and see where we go from there. It is a little bit disappointing to see a lot of the stuff on social media from so-called West Ham fans being kind of racist and derogatory against Son. I think it's really sad that, we've gone from, as people, we've gone so far in terms of our respect for other cultures and other people, and yet when it's someone like that, it seems to be okay to use that terminology. And I am still seeing an awful lot of stuff about Jewish and Yids and all the rest of it, which is, again, is really disappointing and something for West Ham to take on board. So, but anyway, good win, happy with it. Up the Spurs, we move on.